Starting in June 2026, the government will strictly enforce e-way bill closures and require a recipient GSTIN for every delivery. This change is designed to track the physical movement of goods and eliminate fake billing practices. If you don't adapt to these changes, your business faces specific risks, including direct financial penalties and a significantly higher chance of being flagged for a tax audit. Our goal today is to walk through the process of generating a compliant e-way bill using automation. By digitizing this workflow now, you ensure that every bill is ready for the mandatory closure step when the deadline arrives. To follow along, you will need 4 things: an active software account, the client's GSTIN or URP code, your transporter's details, and a clear list of the goods being shipped. Setting up these automated systems today prevents the administrative delays that could otherwise slow down your shipping operations once the new rules take effect. Start by logging into your software to access the main dashboard. Look for the sidebar or main menu and select the Sales and Invoices module. From there, navigate specifically into the Invoices submenu to see your billing history and options. To begin the compliance data entry, click the Create New Invoice command. Using this specific module ensures that all the invoice data you enter is automatically formatted to sync with the government's GST portal later in the process. Once the blank invoice opens, fill in your standard record-keeping data, including the invoice number, the date, and the due date. Now move down to the Build To section where you identify your customer. It is vital that you do not leave the GSTIN or URP code blank. While this was sometimes overlooked in the past, it is now a mandatory field for compliance. The logic behind the June 2026 mandate is simple. The government uses this GSTIN to verify that the physical goods actually arrived at the recipient's location. Carefully enter the verified client details and their 15-digit GSTIN into the system. Making this data entry mandatory in your internal workflow creates the documentation necessary to protect your business against claims of fake ITC activity. Next, scroll down to the section dedicated to transporter information. Select your verified transporter from the drop-down list. You cannot skip this part. Without transporter data, the software cannot communicate with the e-way bill portal to generate your documents. After assigning the transporter, enter the specific quantities and descriptions for the goods you are shipping. Once all details are entered, click the Save and Continue button to lock in the information. Your sales invoice is now finalized, providing the accurate data foundation required for the next stage of automation. The screen will now refresh to show your saved invoice confirmation. At the top of this screen, click on the More drop-down menu to see additional actions. To finalize the process, click the Generate e-way bill button. This single action replaces the need for manual data entry on the official portal, which significantly lowers the risk of making typos or filing errors. Your e-way bill has now been successfully created in accordance with the updated tracking requirements. You should now see 3 critical pieces of information on your screen: the e-way bill number, the issue date, and the validity period. However, under the strict new 2026 mandate, simply generating the e-way bill is no longer the final step. Once the shipment arrives at its destination, you or the transporter must log back into the system to perform a closure. This marks the bill as complete and tells the government that the transaction is finished. We recommend completing this closure on the same day or the following day to prevent your open bills from being flagged by the automated monitoring system. Maintaining this discipline of automated generation and prompt closure keeps your business aligned with GST standards and helps your critical shipments move smoothly through the complex supply chain, entirely free from any frustrating regulatory delays. To access the software used in this demo, check the link in the description below, and feel free to leave any questions in the comment section.